This is a test to see if I can make a video blog, because I wanted to write, but when I'm walking with the dog all these thoughts come into my head and I just feel I can express myself much better speaking than trying to write it all down. And also in speaking you've got the emotion. My goal at the moment is just to try and express and describe to people the emotion, well, certainly my emotions, and I would, from talking to other people, I think a lot of people that suffer a bereavement by suicide, when they lose their child, when their child takes their life, kills themselves, commits suicide, whatever term people use, there are common emotions, thoughts, and even though everyone grieves differently, I feel that we can band together and support each other, and that I think if we can connect when it happens to us out of the blue, a complete shock, this terrible tragedy that we never think will happen to us, that we only think we'll read about in the news and will happen to other people. When it happens to us, the first thing people say is, I just can't imagine what you must be feeling. And of course they can't. Of course you could never imagine, even if you sat down and really tried to go to that dark place and imagine what it would be like to have a policeman knock on your door and tell you that your child had killed themselves. You can't imagine what that's like. But when it happens to you, the biggest strength I have found is actually connecting and sharing with other people, so that I know this just hasn't happened to me, to my son, to my family, that it's more common than I thought, that there's hundreds and thousands of parents out there who are going through the same thing. And I know I'm focusing on parents, but that is my specific mission. I'm not taking away from anyone who's lost a husband, a wife, a father, a mother, a sister, a friend, but I feel that there are specific, unique pain and guilt and all kinds of things when it is your child. You know, this is your child that you raised and nurtured, and you're supposed to protect and look after and guide, and any parent just wants their child to be happy and fulfilled and would cut off their right arm or give up their own life for their child. And then suddenly they're gone, and you can't blame a drunk driver or someone that stabbed them or a brain tumour, or I don't know if chose is the right word, but it's just the knowledge that your child, your son, your daughter, however old they were, teenager, young person, maybe in their 30s, 40s, has thought about this, planned it, known that they were going to die, to leave the world, and you just can be tortured by thoughts of what was going through their mind, their last moments. And some people get a note. In my case I didn't. And one of the worst things has been when I'm lying there at night and I go to that extremely horrible dark place of thinking, what was going through his mind in those last moments? It's just awful. It's just bereavement is tragic, sad, painful. It's a loss. Bereavement by suicide has all the guilt, the whys, the what ifs. But when it's your child, you could feel, that ultimately you failed as a parent, and that is so painful.